Welcome to the Kipax podcast. Please like and subscribe. You're listening to the Kipax podcast. You're listening to the Kipax podcast. Please like and subscribe.
Nico to the rescue. Nico or Reilly, remember the name. He has finishing like Ronaldo and he has dribbling like Messi. Our very own Nico Reilly. He came from City Academy. We call it the last CFA. Good. We were victorious against Bournemount in the FA Cup with 2 goals from O'Reilly and Kevin to seal victory. Nottingham Forest was too organized to break down by our attack, and we lost 1-0, which has dent our Champions League host for next season. That is very massive because Liverpool has been knocked out of the Champions League also, so the top 5 is being under threat of not being a Champions League spot, and we are losing to the teams around us, and it's very worrying. Alright, Nico O'Reilly was a major doubt if he would stay when the winter transfer window opened. He had many suitors who came calling, but Manchester City decided he would stay because he has the qualities to break into the first team squad. We all saw what a huge talent he is and the impact he could have on the first team. The leading club that wanted Nico's signature was Chelsea. We got news from the top journalists during the winter period that Chelsea wanted Nico's signature and that they were offering him a first team spot and massive wages. Alright, Chelsea have had success with using Manchester City Academy products in their first team. Their most famous recent acquisition was Cole Palmer, but they have also have Romeo Lavia, Jadon Sancho, and Townsend all in their squad and all pay for the first team. Therefore, Chelsea was offering Nico a clear pathway to the first team and also massive wages. Alright, so when you're an academy player that comes into the first team squad at City, there's a wage limit that you can get in your first couple years. Alright, the player and the club decided he would stay, and during preseason we saw what a massive potential he has. He was one of the standout players on the US tour in America that we played most of the big teams in Europe like Celtic, Bayern Munich. He was a standout player alongside Ascabab. Ascabab got injured before the season started. Nico has been training with the first team all season, but he also had appearances in the Premier League 2 team, similar to what Cole Palmer did. Cole Palmer played with the first team and had appearance in the second team. Alright, Nico is a mainstay in Pep Guardiola Cup teams this season, playing in a variety of roles. And he played all the games in the League Cup before we lost to Tottenham Spurs. And he played in our win over Manchester United in the FA Cup. Not the FA Cup, the FA Community Shield at the start of the season. I think he got 61 minutes. He got minutes in the Premier League and he got minutes in the Champions League. The minutes that he got in the Premier League, he came on as a centre forward, I think. So he has been playing a variety of roles. What type of player is he, and should Pep keep him in the first team for next season? Yeah, Nico Reilly is a bright star. Our future at the Etihad is great. Alright, let's listen to a recording of Pep commenting on Nico playing style.
Pep, can you give us a few words about Nico O'Reilly, a player who maybe could have left the club in January, but you decided to keep him, and he seems to be enjoying the FA Cup this season.
Sometimes you take a good decision, otherwise you're not to score 2 goals today. He's not a typical player for the academy because all the academy players, they have so small skills, good talent, but he has a big presence. Normally he's attacking midfielder, he's a number 10, right to the box really well, have a sense of goal, but for the problems that we have, and he adapts really well with the fullback, I think, can play the holding midfielder, and is another threat, for our set pieces because we are not a tall team, and he helps us. And yeah, he played really good with the ball, without the ball, and helped us with 2 fantastic goals.
So we just heard from the boss, speaking on what qualities he thinks Nico O'Reilly has. He said Nico O'Reilly can play as an all-in midfielder. He plays as a number 10 in the academy, and because of the injuries we have, Pep has used him at centre back and at left back, right? He has scored 3 goals from 3 appearances in the FA Cup, playing at left back and centre back. We qualify for the quarter-final of the FA Cup. We will face IFI and Bournemouth in the next round. There are 8 in the Premier League with a chance of qualifying for Europe. They haven't qualified for Europe in a long time. They have a Spain manager playing coaching there, and he has revolutionized how they play the game and the South Coast. Alright, they beat us the last time they visit, so let's analyze what they're doing. So they have a high pressing intensity, and the byproduct of an high pressing intensity is many counterattacks. They win the ball up in the opponent's defensive third a lot. They're the best team at winning the ball in the opponent's defensive third in Europe top 5 leagues, and because of they have refined their off the ball movements, and this has allowed them to win the ball in the opponent's defensive third and score from that. So they play the most direct football in the Premier League. As you can see from the previous videos, we know that the Premier League is playing more direct football. Arsenal, Liverpool, Nottingham Forest, Newcastle, so they are playing more direct football, and the leader of this group is Bournemouth. So how do they win the ball at the top in the opponent's defensive third? Because of their pressing intensity and it's organized. They press the team in such a way so that the ball is to one side of the field, and when the ball is at one side of the field, they then cut off all the passing lane for the ball. Alright, so for instance, a specific player has the ball, let's say Gundogan, and Gundogan has the ball and he doesn't see any options on the ball. That's what Bournemouth does. They air the ball into one location, so they probably like air the ball onto the left side wing area, and then cover all the out ball from that player, so that player is completely surrounded, don't have any pass option, so the Bournemouth player win back the ball. When they win back the ball, because of the great off the ball work, they have options on the ball to counter attack, and they have done this many times in the Premier League, and we couldn't solve this the last time they visit, but we have gotten a couple different players in the January transfer window, so we can see if these players will improve our quality on the ball when we face Bournemouth in the FA Cup. This FA Cup is our only chance of winning silverware this season, and we hope we will be victorious. Thank you for watching. Just subscribe, like, and just watch another video like how you already here. Thank you.